Hey guys, it's Rebecca Oberstadt, and in today's video I'm going to be doing something I thought I already had, but for some reason I hadn't, and it was pointed out to me in a comment on the swatch video of this one, comparing it to the Love Science palette, that I never actually did a dedicated swatch video for the Zodiac palette. So I have my Always Off Makeup removing cloth here. I'm going to go ahead and get into some swatches. I have had this palette for about a year now, so oops, sorry. I'm going to be swatching these in the order in which shimmer, matte, shimmer, matte, shimmer, matte for the actual Zodiac signs. I will be swatching them by sign. And another thing that people had asked me, and I've had one or two requests for it, for example, like this is the Gemini shade here, this is the purple. I have the Gemini palette. Do you guys want like dedicated swatches of like all of the Gemini shades from like this palette, and the Love Science palette, so that all of the Gemini shades are all swatched out in one video? If you do, leave me a comment down below and let me know if you want that. I can record that. They just came out with Leo like yesterday. I still have to get Cancer, and then like I said, Leo just came out, and then Virgo will be the next one that comes out, and I will be buying Cancer, Leo, and Virgo together, and then Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius will be the last three that come out, and I will be buying those as well. I'm buying them in sets of 3. I do have the first 6, so I can go ahead and record dedicated swatch videos on everything from Capricorn to Gemini, because I have those. So if you're interested in doing those videos, then please let me know. So I'm going to start off with Sagittarius and do the shimmer and the matte. And I'm going to be doing the shimmer up on top and the matte down underneath, so that way you can see it. And I'm going to double up on that shimmer shade because it's kind of in my arm hair. So there is Sagittarius, and then we have Scorpio next. Technically, I probably should have started with Capricorn and gone counterclockwise, but we're going clockwise with this one. And there is Scorpio. Clean the fingers off here. I know I've had so many different requests for videos with comparing this palette to quite a few of the other palettes, and I actually enjoy doing the comparison videos, and I really do need to like dip back into this one. Go ahead and pick up the next 4 shades. So here we have Libra, which is my sign, and the matte shade that goes with it. I'm going to build that one up just a little. And then we have Virgo and its matte shade. I think I'm going to go back into that Scorpio matte really quick and build that up, because that's kind of a sad swatch, and I only swatched it once. So there's Scorpio. So there's those 4. And of course my battery is flashing at me. Oh, the lovely things of technology. But thankfully I have an extra battery in here, so I don't have to get up and go get one. So I can record until this one dies. So then we have Leo, and then Cancer. This is Leo, and then Cancer. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of the Leo matte shade. It feels a little bit drier than some of the other ones. And it's decorating the counter. These are beautiful shadows. I've had people ask me how these compare to like the Love Science. The shimmer shades in this palette do feel different than they do in the Love Science palette. And they do not, these are baked eyeshadows, the shimmers in here, versus the little miniature palettes. The only shades that are similar to this and the mini palettes is the center shade on those palettes. So if you have, for example, the little ones, the shades that are shimmery in here are not going to feel the same as this one in the center, and that's just because this is a baked formula in the center. The matte shades will feel the same, but the shimmer shades that are in here do not feel the same, and they do not react the same that the baked formula does. So hopefully that's helpful. And let me switch my battery out. Okay, I'm trying to get this done because it's fixing to storm, and it thundered earlier but didn't do anything, and now it's thundering again, so I'm worried that I'm going to run out of time to get pictures and video of this outside. And I've already recorded 2 other looks today and edited 2 videos, with a 3rd in my editor right now. Okay, so now we've got Gemini, and then Taurus, like a messy palette. So we have Gemini. And I'm going up that way I don't grab my arm hair. And then the Gemini matte shade. And some of these matte shades are very crumbly, so you have to be careful when you pick them up with your brush that they will crumble a little bit. I don't really have like too much kick up in the pans with them, but I do get quite a bit of like chunkiness and stuff if I'm picking up a shade with a finger, especially with the shimmer shades. All right, now we have Aries, and then Pisces. And I'm probably not gonna swatch very well because of how I stuck my finger in there. So we have Aries, and then Pisces. It actually swatched better than I thought it would. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the black and the Pisces matte as well. Again, just a little bit. Swatching with your pinky, especially when your pinky is the size of mine, doesn't always produce the best swatches. So here we have most of them. And these shadows, for the palette, you can always find it. They have it on sale. It's $24 retail price, but you can always catch them when they have a sale on it. They just had a sale like last week, I think, and this palette was like 40% off. So if you are waiting to get BH products, they have different sales at different times. They have products that they put on sale for like 2 or 3 days, and then they take them back off of sale. So you kind of always have to keep an eye out on the website and check them daily because it does change. So then we have the last 2 shades, which is Aquarius and then Capricorn. We have Aquarius. And Capricorn just decorated the counter. Rude. My dad's a Capricorn, so that looks like something he would do. In the middle of doing something and he's just gonna poo-poo all over it. Sorry for the poor pinky swatch. So there, all 12 of them swatched out. Give me just a second to clean the stuff off my fingers and I will zoom the camera in more. I'm trying a little bit of a different setup right now with how I'm recording because I keep finding that some of the videos there's like shadows in them, and the last few times I have done swatch videos I have found that there are shadows on the videos in the 2 that I edited today, and I didn't have like a different setup with those videos, but for whatever reason they just didn't, the swatch videos didn't come out that great. So I'm like kind of got the camera system jimmy rigged, leaning on the ring light right now. Zooming in. And there are all of the shades right there. So again, we started with the Sagittarius and worked our way to Capricorn. Got a blob color on my wrist. The camera doesn't want to focus on the shimmer. It's like, no, it's too sparkly. But I want to get as close to these as possible so you guys can see. Just how beautiful they are. And the matte shades are really richly pigmented in the shadow palette. With some of the mini palettes, I have found that the shades are a little bit patchy on some of them, but with this palette, what you see is what you get. They are really richly pigmented. The shadows are all beautiful. I haven't had any issues at all with swatching this palette or using it with a brush, wet or dry. This is a stunning palette. So this is the final video for the Zodiac palette. I honestly had no idea that I had never done a like dedicated video for this palette. I honestly thought I had, and it's been brought to my attention a few times that I didn't have one on my channel, and it's moving. Rude. Stand up for yourself. Stay. No. Stay. Put it out. So anyways, I'm Rebecca Oberstadt. If you like this video, I'm sorry that it's taken me so many months to get the video recorded for this. I honestly had forgotten that I'd never done a dedicated swatch video for this palette. It is beautiful. I have used it to compare to other shadows for the past almost a year now. For basically every swatch video that I've done that's a comparison of, I have done comparison swatches out of this palette with all the mini Zodiacs, as well as the Love Signs palette. I have done the swatching all of my green shadows, swatching all of my orange shadows. I've used it for so many different videos. I did a bunch of like spring and pastel themed eye makeup looks with this palette. I have done so much with this palette, it's not even funny. So it's definitely gotten some use out of it, and I do enjoy the products. And if and when this palette ever I get pan on it and it starts to run out, I will be buying another one. So that is how much I enjoy this palette. I saved up for this palette. I spent every dime that I had money-wise to buy this and a little bit of product from BH. I got this, a blush palette, a lipstick palette, their foundation, concealers. I bought like basically one of everything that they had at the time when I placed my initial order with BH. So I've had this since like April of last year. And then the Love Signs one came out in November, and I snatched that one up real quick. As soon as it launched, like the day it launched, as soon as you could buy it, I bought it. So I love both of the palettes. They are unique in their own way. I cannot tell you that these are the same. The matte shadows are just about the same formula. The shimmers are not. These are beautiful metallic shimmer shades. The other palette is more glittery. And you can see from the pigmentation of the matte shadows and stuff, none of these are splotchy or blotchy. They do not go on streaky. They do have a tendency to stain the skin. I have worn some of these shades for like 18 plus hours, and they look, if I get up and do an eye makeup look at 7:30 in the morning, I know by 2:30 the next morning it's still going to look exactly the way it did when I first put it on. And I will include some pictures here in the video so that you can see what these shadows look like after wearing them for 12 plus hours. So they are very richly pigmented. They are very fantastic shadows. I honestly cannot speak highly enough of this palette. I love this palette. So hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, please thumbs up the video. It does help me with engagement. Leave me a comment down below. I actually enjoy getting comments, and I will leave the comparison swatch video between this and the Love Signs, and then the Love Signs swatch video up in the cards, as well as some of the other swatch videos I've done with the Zodiac palettes. Okay, so like I do with all the other swatch videos, I'm going to be including this clip. This is the BH Cosmetics original Zodiac palette. This is recorded on my cell phone, which is an iPhone 6s Plus with the flash on. So I swatched the corresponding shades one above the other. So I started off with Sagittarius, and then the Sagittarius matte is right under it. Then you have the Scorpio shade. And then you've got the Libra, Leo, Virgo, those kinds of things. And they're all swatched one above the other. So like that last shade is the Capricorn matte and the Capricorn shimmer. And I did take video and picture outside just now, and it is about to pour. And any of the glitter that you see down here on the matte shades is from this and some of the pictures that I was taking outside. I've got shimmer all the way up here on my arm, see? So the shimmer does transfer, and it does fall. That's why I like to use these with a wet brush, because they don't seem to transfer near as bad with the brushes wet. And I do have hooded eyes, so if I use it dry, that it will transfer. But if I use a wet brush and then tap over it with my fingers to like press it into the skin, what you see here will stay where you put it. So just a technique that I found that works. And these matte shadows are beautiful. Not one of them is patchy, not one of them is iffy. You know, swatching with your pinky isn't that great, but you know, these shadows are beautiful, and I love this palette. So hopefully you guys enjoy all the pretty sparkliness and part of the view of my trash can. I just got shimmer on my leg. Crap. Oh well. Everybody likes to be a little sparkly sometimes. so that you can see a few of them. And then at the very end of the video, it'll have like a playlist for all of my eyeshadow swatch videos. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and I will see you in another video very soon. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye.